Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'll be presenting the Asus TUF Gaming OC RTX 3090 Ti. Now this is pretty much the pinnacle of the Ampere architecture, and I'm very glad to show it to you. So let's take a look at the box. So funnily enough, this was the first RTX 3090 I had, and I've gone full circle and ended up with a TUF OC Ti model. So that's pretty interesting. I had a great experience with the first TUF. The only problem was it was power limited, but it had a good cooling solution and it was very, very quiet. One of the quietest cards I've ever owned. So when I had a chance to get the Ti model, it was really a no-brainer. So the box is massive compared to the original box I had, considerably longer. A few highlights at the back. So in terms of cooling, they're showing off the max contact heat spreader. Because for those who don't know, with the RTX 3090, it used GDDR6X, which was pretty much brand new, and it was only in 1GB modules at the time. So being a 24GB card, 12 was on the front, 12 was on the back, which made keeping temperatures quite difficult, quite difficult. But now the memory is a bit more mature, and it's 2GB modules now, so all the memory is at the front, so it's a lot easier to cool. And you can see that with the heatsink, which is now 2.9 slot, and they got a dedicated heatsink which makes full contact with the RAM, so you should have really good temps on the RAM. They also show off the rigid structure, all new aluminium shroud, adds robust flair to the TUF builds, and also helps with PCB Flex. So you don't want your GPU sagging. These GPUs are very big, they're very heavy. So to hear that it's got a full metal back plate and a robust structure, that's a good selling point in my eyes. In terms of I/O, 3 DisplayPort and 2 HDMI, so that's more connectivity than you'll need, so that's quite a lot there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get it out of the box. And what a box it is. I always like to be very careful unboxing, because I tend to sell on my GPUs and I like to keep things in good condition for the next owner. Okay, so you can see it's very well packaged. Massive box. Let's put it up here. That says TUF Gaming. Got it open, it wasn't easy. So it's kind of like a suitcase. It looked like it was just something you could take off the top, but it's like it's all connected, so you actually have to pull it open one way. So very well packaged, and there's the card itself. And just look at this beast. Let's move this box out of the way. Get it out of the anti-static bag. Okay, so there's the card in all its glory. That looks pretty big. It's definitely bigger than my TUF OC 3090. And just look how thick that thing is. It's at least 3.5 slots, I would say, and it only gives you a 2-slot bracket. So a lot of the heatsink and the shrouds just hanging over the edge, so you better have space for it. Here's the new PCI Express Gen 5 power connector. You should get a dongle. So you get a dongle here. Let me just show it to you. So you get the free 8-pin to the PCI Express Gen 5 connector, and they have to send these out because there's hardly any power supplies with these native cables. Luckily I've got a Corsair AX 1200, so in terms of power requirements I should be fine. Got loads of plastic over the shroud. And peel some of this away. I do love that new GPU smell. So in terms of RGB, this does support the Asus AORUS sync technology. So you have like a little RGB logo here that can light up. Doesn't really matter to me much. I don't really care too much about it. You still have, and I hope it's still there, yeah, the BIOS switch. Here it is. So you got the OC mode and quiet mode, or the P mode for performance, and quiet mode. It's in P mode automatically. Peel off all of this off the front. There's just so many bits of plastic on this thing. It feels really, really high quality though, and it should be, because it costs a lot of money. In the UK I got this for 1950 or 1950 pounds, should I say, and that's a lot of money. That's more than my first car. So just putting that into perspective, it's a lot of money. And with the new GPUs coming out in the next 6 months, a lot of people are not gonna buy these, but I like to play with new hardware, and it doesn't really interrupt my plans on buying the new cards that come out later this year anyway, so it's okay. So there's people like me that buy these cards, so you don't have to, but you still get to see what they can do. So yeah, getting off all this plastic is a little tedious, I have to say. I may do some of this behind the scenes. There is so much of it, but I guess they just want this to get to, the customer with no scratches, and I appreciate that. I very much appreciate that. But this feels like very, very high quality, and yeah man, I'm just loving the size of this behemoth. It's gonna look good in my system. So the back plate, all metal, and yeah, it feels very, very, very rigid. But the size of this thing, hopefully it won't have any issues. My case should be fine, but you never know sometimes. But anyway guys, that is pretty much it from me. That is the Asus TUF OC RTX 3090 Ti. Looking forward to showing some performance a little later. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.